that we get to 250,000 by the end of the year. It'll be bumpy along the way, obviously, but
Yeah.
that's sort of my end of year price target. And then $1 million Bitcoin, as what I just got off stage talking about how they're going to print, I think, in the realm of $9 trillion-ish between now and that period of time. And that is, Fannie and Freddie, the government support entities that are allowed to create mortgages in the U.S. They will print $5 trillion. You will have probably up to $1 trillion purchased by the banking system due to supplemental leverage ratio exemptions and purchasing things that the foreigners are selling. And I think the banks are going to because they now don't have to hold all this equity capital against their treasury book.
Yeah.
They can lend more into the real American economy. And so you're going to see the amount of loans going to manufacturing firms increase, which is, again, that's an increase in credit, and that will make its way into crypto as well.
Bitcoinzilla stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoinzilla today and enjoy the new edge. Arthur Hayes dives into why Bitcoin may surge to $250,000 by December and the looming tremendous money printing storm. Let's watch.
Financial pressures are of the government, right? So I think they have a 200,000 Bitcoin that they seize from people, the U.S. government that is, and that could be sold. Obviously, if there's a budget pressure, then that's there's variable. There's money there to sell it, so they can sell it.
Yeah, but do you see them buying more Bitcoin? They haven't done that yet.
I don't think it's politically palatable to buy Bitcoin and print money. I think if you're going to print money, okay, either it's tax cuts or it's build a bridge or build a hospital, these sorts of things that benefit more people than just a small sector of people who own Bitcoin.
Are you disappointed that the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve will not buy more Bitcoin?
Yeah, why does it not buy more? Because I heard arguments about them selling some gold and buy Bitcoin.
I mean, they could. Again, anything is possible, but I just think it's bad politics. I think if you create all this money and you could spend it on anything you want, surely spending it on buying Bitcoin is probably not going to be the best way to get votes.
I think a lot of people here would vote for that.
That's what she wrote about. They already got their votes. They don't need to do that again.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. Okay, I want to ask you about altcoin season. Everyone's asking, is it coming? And people are saying, hey, this cycle we have so much garbage. And what is happening now?
Well, I mean, I think that all your altcoins, most of them are probably not going to go up in price again because they don't have product market fit. They don't take any revenue and bring it back to the token holders. And so they're like high FDV, low float bullshit VC coins. And so they're not going to do very well. And that's why you've seen like down only for like, Berachain, maybe Modon, whatever it launches. So these types of projects, these very hyped, big round, big fundraising round projects, it can be very hard for them to go up in price because they don't actually have any clients that spend money. But there are projects that are very good that have, product market fit. People spend money. That money goes from the protocol to the token holders. And I think the small subset of products that do that, they're going to do very well.
Late Monday night, news broke that President Trump abruptly cut his G7 summit short in Canada and summoned the National Security Council to the White House Situation Room amid escalating Israel-Iran tensions. He even took to Truth Social with a stark warning. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. This sudden turn sent shockwaves through markets as investors scrambled to assess the fallout. Almost immediately, Bitcoin tumbled by more than $2,000, sliding about 2% from its intraday peak of $108,780 down to roughly $106,421 before a slight rebound. Traders who had cheered Bitcoin's solid hold above six figures since May found themselves nervously watching price charts as volatility spiked once more. Despite the dip, Bitcoin still sits comfortably within its familiar range above $100,000. But for how long? The broader crypto sector felt the sting even more. Ethereum plunged to nearly 5%, touching support just above $2,500, while other major altcoins lost between 5% and 6%. In total, the market shed around $80 billion in value, and over $400 million in leveraged positions were liquidated. Embassies in Israel even issued evacuation advisories for Chinese and Russian nationals, underlining how deeply geopolitical events can ripple through financial markets.
I think a lot of these coins have not performed very well. They were priced wrong. They were priced too expensive. And then their actual fundamentals, when you actually said, okay, you launched, the hype is over. Okay, where are the clients? Where's the revenue? Oh, we don't have any.
Yeah.
But this thing is a 5 billion FDV. Well, you can't 10x that. It's just hard. So you go from 5 to 50. It's easy to 10x 100 to 1 billion in terms of on the marginal price basis. So I think it's just the price is too expensive.
Is it too far-fetched to say that Bitcoin has become an institutional instrument now and the retail crowd is just no longer interested in that?
No, I'm sure there's lots of retail interest in Bitcoin. It's been well performing and it's the easiest one to understand.
Okay.
Go ahead. You spent a lot of time in Asia, and I want to know what you learn from Asia when it comes to money and investment that is pretty much different from the US.
Don't trust the government. I don't think any Asians actually trust their government. And so they're a lot more skeptical of things, and they save in different ways. Obviously gold is big in Asia, property investment, those sorts of things. But I think the mentality is just different.
Is it more degen or is it more conservative?
It depends on who you're asking. I think it's a whole range of people.
Why is Korea trading so much?
So very high internet penetration, very high gaming culture, very ethnically homogenous, and very low opportunity for most individuals to escape, a shitty life. They're very highly educated, but there's no jobs that make any real money in Korea. So either they're trading stocks or now they're trading crypto. Everyone's trying to get ahead because it's just such a brutal rat race in Korea.
Who has the best party in Asia?
The best parties in Asia. Ooh. I haven't been to Taiwan in a while. I have to say Taipei.
That's the right answer, Ann.
Yo, he's speaking to two Taiwanese people. There's only one right answer.
And he actually goes to the local party, like those that I haven't been to. My God.
Okay, well,
impressive.
I guess we learned something from Arthur today. I'm going to switch it back to markets for just for one more question here. Open interest in Bitcoin futures reached unprecedented levels recently. I think it was, checking my notes, $80 billion on May 22nd, $15 billion increase in just 5 days. It's highlighting just unprecedented leverage. What does this signal to you?
Just more interest in the space, right? Obviously, we've rallied up towards all-time high, and obviously people are opening more leverage positions, thinking that we're going to run, past 110, much higher quickly.
Ripple and the SEC have just asked the Second Circuit to hit pause on their appeal for another 60 days, pushing the next status update to August 15, 2025. They're racing against the clock after their initial joint request in April to freeze the appeal, while they iron out a settlement. That deal would wipe away Ripple's ban on institutional sales and slash its penalty from $125 million to $50 million. When U.S. District Judge Analisa Torres first reviewed their motion for an indicative ruling, she knocked it back, saying only exceptional circumstances could reopen her final judgment, and she didn't see them. Undeterred, both sides regrouped, sharpened their arguments, and refiled last week, insisting the situation really is extraordinary. Now the ball is in Judge Torres' court again, and crypto watchers are on edge, hoping she decides by week's end. If Torres grants the motion, Ripple and the SEC will ask the Second Circuit to send the case back so she can officially vacate the injunction and cut that fine in half. Once that's on the books, the pair plan to withdraw their appeals and finally put this saga to rest. But if she says no, they'll have to ask for another extension before mid-August, and the countdown starts all over again. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to BitcoinZella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.